The money clip is my favorite wallet. It's slim, it holds a lot of cards, it can hold cash, and although it can't hold coins, it does feel cool to open and close the wallet. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make the money clip wallet. Let's begin. Here are some tools you'll need and also what I'll be using. You can pause this video here. Print off the pattern and glue them onto some card. Trace around the patterns and cut out the leather. Crease the top of all 4 pockets with a 1.5mm edge crease. This is optional, you don't need to use an edge creaser. Then bevel both sides, starting on the flesh side, then the grain side. To make it easier to bevel, I like to stack the pockets on top of each other as the edge bevel design struggles to bevel thin leather. Then crease the edges again as beveling tends to upset the crease line, then burnish the edges. Mark the top of the pockets on the main piece, scratch up the grain surface with a scratch tool or another tool, then apply adhesive and stick them together. Do the same on the flesh side. Then do the trim allowance of 4mm all around the rectangle. Crease the edges with a 1.5mm edge creaser, or you can use a wing divider to make the lines for the stitches. Get your pattern and place it over the leather, and using a scratch tool, mark where the stitches will start, the corners and also the finish. It would be easier to do this before you do the trim allowance, but if you did the trim allowance, simply remove the trim allowance from the pattern. If you're using a sewing machine, it's a good idea to mark the 3rd stitch where you will start so you can get 2 accurate back stitches. You can hand stitch or use a sewing machine. Once you finish stitching, clip the thread, secure it and hammer down the thread. Trim the corners using the corner template. Then bevel, crease and burnish the edges. Next, mark 2 lines for the stitches for the money clip. Then using your pricking irons or stitching chisels to go through. I recommend using reverse pricking irons on one side. Reverse pricking irons are pricking irons where the teeth are reversed. The benefits of this is when the piece is folded over, the holes line up as if obverse pricking irons went all the way through. If you use an obverse pricking iron on both sides, when you fold the piece over, the holes will be in X. And this requires a different stitching method of not casting the thread. If you don't have reverse pricking irons, what you can do is use your obverse pricking irons on the grain side, then flip the main piece over and use the same obverse pricking irons to go through the flesh side. This way the stitch holes will line up as if reverse pricking irons were used. Next we'll hand stitch where the money clip will go. If you don't know how to hand stitch, you can view this video here. We'll also be doing a binding over stitch where the stitch goes over the edge. This will provide extra strength. We'll start in the second hole back and complete a back stitch. For the binding over stitch, what we'll do is cross the right needle over the left needle and we won't do a cast. And then continue stitching with a cast. When you get to the end, we'll do another binding over stitch. This time the left needle will go over the right needle. I want to do a video on the binding over stitch as there is another method that I prefer. Then we'll do one more back stitch and we'll end the stitch with a double cast. Then clip and secure the thread and using a bone folder flatten the thread. And that's how you make the money clip wallet. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe and don't forget to enjoy your leather crafting.